Sawadee Cup and welcome to another episode here for the Funkit Pod. And it's me, your Prof Reacts To the Royal Rumble 2023. WWE's second flagship show of the year, usually with lots of surprises, lots of war moments, anticipation, funny bits in between, comedic relief, and so on. Storylines developing. What happened 2023? Let's see. Let's dive in. What does the media prof, this is me, think about the Royal Rumble 2023? I'm not going to review every single match now. There are other channels that do that. You can, what culture, Cultureholic, you name them, right? But I want to focus on storytelling. From a media point of view, production point of view, mostly storytelling point of view. So, first off, fantastic. Pat McAfee is back. Yes. I have to admit I missed Pat McAfee on commentary. Not necessarily just Pat McAfee, but someone with that energy. Because that's just awesome. He seems to really enjoy it. He seems to really have fun. And that just carries over. Like Corey Graves plays his role, which is great. The annoying heel dude. Michael Cole does the same thing forever. But you need a play-by-play analyst, basically, I guess. So you need all those things. But just having Pat McAfee back is great. And I mean, he got a huge pop when he walked out. I think Cole popped the loudest, which was nice because Cole seriously seemed positively surprised. He was repeatedly saying I called with him, I FaceTimed him earlier and he was in Indiana. Like, what? So that's pretty awesome. I hope Pat McAfee remains back now because he clearly elevates the whole show, which is awesome. I did like that Corey Graves was playing up his hatred for McAfee and then the fake handshake and then he moves his hand away like Pat it is. So it was fantastic. So that was great. I also like that they didn't overdo it in the end. So that was his big entrance, his big comeback, and then that's it. So he didn't get involved in any matches or anything just yet, which is good. One pop is enough, don't overdo it. Nice. Okay, then we start with the Men's Royal Rumble. A bit surprising that the Men's Royal Rumble kicks it off, but okay, cool. Let's start off with the big show. the big event, right? The Men's Royal Rumble. They kept explaining it a few thousand more times, but okay. Hey. I guess that's, my cat just walked past here. I guess that's necessary. But okay. Other than that, now the Royal Rumble, right? So there were some awesome spots, like the return of Logan Paul, and Logan Paul as a heel. He healed it up. He was embracing the boos from the audience. He eliminated Seth freaking Rollins, which is great. That was probably my favorite swerve storyline development because that's going to be awesome. Logan Paul versus Seth Rollins is going to be fun from an athletic point of view, but also from a trash talking point of view, I would assume. That spot between Logan Paul and Ricochet was also great. It looked awesome. No one really knows. I mean, why would you go for such a move? It wouldn't make as much sense. But unless a test of strength in midair. But it looked awesome. Okay, so that is great. That was fun. Unnecessary move. It didn't fit into anything. What are you trying to accomplish? But it looked cool. Okay, so that was Logan Paul plus. I like it. Ricochet, I don't like the gold chain. Ricochet, lose that. That looks stupid. Other than that, it was fine. I mean, it was all the big guys throwing people around all the time. It's a bit old school, but all right, I guess. With Braun, with Omos, I mean, they have so many big guys now in there, so no one's actually a monster. Brock Lesnar doesn't even look big anymore next to Gunther, by the way, as a German. Gunther was a nice story. I'm not a big fan of his. I know I'm the only wrestling purist who doesn't like Gunther, but he's a great heel, old school heel. And going from one until the very end is pretty impressive. So that's a great storyline for him and for Imperium. So that's nice. That makes sense. You keep building him that way. So that makes sense also from a story point of view. Now let me talk about the things that I didn't like. The rest. Brock Lesnar getting tossed by Bobby Lashley within like 3 minutes. Okay, fine. You build the story more, and Bobby Lashley gets getting tossed. Okay, you can do that if you want to build some heat between them. But it's like Lashley versus Lesnar number 7,000. But okay, I guess two bulked up guys. That's what you want to do. Fair, fine. Not a fan of it. Could have done it a bit smarter, in my opinion. What else do we have? Yeah, no surprises. Only Booker T was the only actual surprise. It was nice to see a Spinner Rooney, but I mean, dude's 60 now, so But Booker T was the only, so like no new signing, no nothing. A bit meh. I mean, we all knew he was gonna be number 30, and we all knew that he's gonna win it. So also, I don't think that Cody looked that great. I mean, and it's not a knock on him. It's like, I mean, that injury must have like been devastating, and he must like. I mean, he said it. He's been doing PT ever since, and he's gonna be doing PT for the rest of his life. He said in an interview with Ariel Helwani. Good interviews, by the way, Helwani. Yeah, so it was just not an impressive performance by the winner, unfortunately, in my humble opinion. And like I said, it was no surprise. And you want some surprises, even if you expect the winner, but you want some surprises in between, and at least doubt it for a second. Like maybe they're not doing it. But from the moment you know Cody would be there, then you knew Cody would be 30, and you knew that he's gonna win. And there was no moment where you were doubting yourself. You're like, maybe he's not winning. I mean, it was probably smart to not have Sami Zayn in there, because otherwise the crowd would have just been behind Sami Zayn, and the Cody Rhodes storyline would have been like buried or something. So that was smart not to have Sami in there. But yeah, so other like. And I don't want to be a Cody Rhodes hater, because he's cool, like he's very mature now in his interviews. I like that, but it was just not a great performance, and it was just, like I said, it was too predictable, too obvious, and there was no moment where you thought, oh, maybe it's not going to happen. So lame, unfortunately. So I thought the Royal Rumble was lame. A few nice spots, but not even the Kofi spot worked. Right? I think that got botched, and he wanted to try to land on the chair or whatever, but obviously didn't work. So I hope he's okay though. Like, I mean, let's hope he didn't get really badly hurt. But so yeah, nothing cool, nothing exciting to write home about, unfortunately. Disappointing. Then we had the Women's Royal Rumble. At least there were some, not surprises, but like some returns. I don't know. Oh, the cool thing was Michelle McCool. Like, the cool thing. Could have done it for them, yeah, but if you do it twice, then it's lame too. Yeah? So coming out of the audience was just a nice touch, I think. Like, sitting next to your family, like, oh, that's my music, let's go. Kind of a nice touch. So I know if you've done it before, I've done it with like Cole or so, when he was a commentary and then just jumped into the ring. Yes, but it's still nice, like, surprised you. Other than that, I mean, a few legacy stars, but also nothing really awesome. Asuka, okay, you could argue that. But yeah, the win, I mean, Rhea Ripley, I mean, was in the making to be like the next big star that's getting pushed, obviously. Innovative final move with that head scissors from the apron, nice. That missed thingy, and like Liv Morgan like having to figuring out like where to touch and what to do was a bit silly, but okay, at least it's innovative. Oh yeah, I forgot in the Men's Royal Rumble. Sorry, storyline: Dominic Mysterio having beaten up Ray. That leads somewhere. Edge being back and all those things. I mean, that's all like nice bits, but just nothing like whoa, awesome. So don't hate on me for that. It's just like nice bits in between, but just no. Yeah, that's surprised me. Oh my god, that's so cool, and I need to talk about it. Even though I'm doing it right now. And similar in the Women's Royal Rumble. Like, I mean, respect to Rhea Ripley, obviously. And she apparently she got like busted up, or like her nose piercing got pulled out or something. I read somewhere, so respect for it, and also like powering through that, obviously. So yeah, there was just no like, oh my God, I can't believe it moment, unfortunately. Nia Jax's 30 was also not that exciting, to be honest. Let's move to the main event. Like Roman Reigns with Sami Zayn, watching him against Kevin Owens, and it was like the typical Roman Reigns Kevin Owens match. Like nothing. Also, the match I hated. Not I hated. I just didn't. I couldn't really get into it because you knew what was gonna happen. Like it was just so predictable. Now, after the match, also predictable, but still awesome. It's like watching, I don't know, a Shakespearean play in the theater. You know what's gonna happen, but I mean, you see it, you're like, oh my God, the betrayal, and oh my God. So that was still cool. I mean, then the visual of Sami hitting Roman Reigns with a chair in the back, like when the Shield broke up, but of course different outcome now because then of course the Bloodline took Sami out. Jimmy walking away, like not believing it, lying between those, what is it? Not rose petals, it's not roses, right? But the flowers. Kevin Owens being laid out, Sami Zayn laid out in the ring. Like that is, yes, we expected it to some extent at some point, probably even already here the Royal Rumble, and it's also predictable, but played to perfection in this case, I think. Like Sami Zayn, I mean, he can do no wrong right now. And the pop when he actually hit Roman with the chair was like, oh my, it was probably the loudest pop of the night. So that's great. Yeah, but overall again, so that was a fantastic few minutes. And I got invested in that, even though we knew what's going to happen. However, overall, the Royal Rumble was more or less meh, in my opinion. Just because no surprises, no wow moments, no big reveals, no signings, no whatever. You remember, like, I know, back then in 2016, when AJ Styles made his debut in the Royal Rumble, that was crazy, for example. So things like this is what make the Rumble, and I just missed it from my point of view. But hey, let me know what you think. Like again, looking at it from a storytelling production point of view, is just the involvement of the audience is not really there. Like, why? If I would not have watched the Royal Rumble, I would not have missed that much, except Sami hitting Roman. It was the only real storytelling development. Oh my God, I forgot the Mountain Dew pitch black match. And that already tells you enough. That was just bullshit. I'm sorry. Now I get demonetized. That was just some BS there. Like, come on, that was ridiculous. Just some neon light candlesticks and stuff. I don't even talk about it. Storytelling, like Uncle Howdy appearing and jumping down, but the camera caught that he didn't hit LA Knight. That he was obviously had to jump into the landing area, but LA Knight was placed before, so, and the camera caught it. They didn't really hit him. Could have done better also production wise. Could have been done better. So overall, it was okay, but just not great from a storytelling, furthering the stories and so on. But hey, what are your thoughts? Maybe I'm just too critical because I look at all those things and don't just sit back and relax. What do you think? Let me know if I'm completely off, if you agree. What would you have liked to see? Like more surprises, more swerves maybe? Shout out in the comments or at FunkitPod on social media or funkitpod@gmail.com. Until then, stay safe, take care. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Rate the podcast so more people can find us and we can have bigger discussions. And don't forget to always kick out a 2. Saudi Cup.